is Marvin Asuncion, and let's talk about computer and internet crime. And what is computer and internet crime? Computer and internet crime, commonly known as cybercrime, refers to criminal actions involving computers, networks, and the internet. These crimes include hacking, fraud, identity theft, malware distribution, online harassment, phishing scams, cyberbullying, intellectual property theft, and other criminal behaviors. And these are the types of internet crimes. Hacking, unauthorized access to computer systems or networks to steal information, disrupt operation, or cause damage. Malware, malicious software designed to infiltrate, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems. This includes viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, spyware, and adware. Next one is phishing, a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, and financial details by disguising as a trustworthy entity in electronic communication. Identity theft, theft of personal information such as social security numbers, credit card numbers, or login credentials to impersonate individuals or commit fraud. Next one is online fraud. Various forms of fraud conducted over the internet, including credit card fraud, investment scams, auction fraud, and deceptive online sales practices. Cyberbullying, harassment, intimidation, or humiliation of individuals or groups through electronic communication platforms such as social media, emails, or instant messaging. Intellectual property theft, unauthorized use, the production, or distribution of copyright materials, trademarks, patent, or trade secrets over digital platforms. Denial of service attack or DOS attack. Flooding a target computer system or network with excessive traffic to disrupt services and make them inaccessible to legitimate users. Next, data breaches, unauthorized access to sensitive information to store on computer system or networks, leading to exposure or theft or personal confidential data. Cyberstalking, persistent surveillance, harassment, or monitoring of individuals using electronic communication methods, often with malicious intent. Child exploitation, the use of the internet to exploit children for sexual purposes, including online grooming, distribution of child pornography, and solicitation of money. Why computer incidents are so prevalent? In today's computing environment of increasing complexity, higher user expectation, expanding and changing systems, and growing reliance on software with known vulnerabilities, it is no wonder that the number, variety, and impact of security incidents are increasing dramatically. Computer security incidents may occur around the world with personal computer users in developing countries being exposed to the greatest risk of computers being infected by malware. And these are the types of attacks, right? There are countless forms of computer attacks with new ones being developed all the time. This section covers some of the most prevalent assaults such as viruses, worms, Trojan horses spam, distributed denial of service, rootkits, phishing, spear phishing, smishing, and phishing. While we typically associate such attacks with computers, cell phones such as Apple's, iPhones, Research in Motion's BlackBerry, and several devices running Google's Android operating system are becoming increasingly computer competent. Smart Smartphone users are increasingly storing a variety of personal identity information on their devices. And these are the type of exploits and the example. Viruses. Viruses are malicious programs that infect the computer files, replicate themselves, and spread to other files or systems when executed. Example, Melissa virus, WannaCry ransomware, and CHI virus or Chernobyl virus. Next one is worms. Worms are self-replicating malware that spread across networks and systems without needing human intervention. They exploit vulnerabilities to propagate and can cause widespread damage. Example, Configure worm, MyDoom worm, and SQL slammer worm. Next one is Trojan horses. Trojan horses are deceptive programs that begin or useful but contain hidden malicious functionalities. They often trick users in installing them, granting attackers unauthorized access or causing harm. Example, Use Trojan, Emotet Trojan, Back Orifice Trojan. Next, last one is spam. Spam refers to unsolicited and often unwanted emails, messages, or advertisements sent in bulk to a large number of recipients. It is commonly used for advertising, phishing, or spreading malware. Example, unsolicited advertising emails, phishing emails pretending to be from legitimate institutions, bulk messages promoting fraudulent schemes or products.
Chapter 3 Examples of CAPTCHA. Agenda. Topic 1 is DDoS attacks, Topic 2 is rootkits, Topic 3 is phishing, Topic 4 is spear phishing, and Topic 5 is smishing and vishing. Distributed Denial Services or DDoS attacks. DDoS is one in which malicious hackers takes via the internet and causes them to flood a target site which demand for small attacks. A distributed denial service attacks does not involve infiltration of a targeted system, which targeted so busy responding to a stream of automated requests that legitimate users cannot get in, equivalent of dialing a telephone number repeatedly so that all other callers have a busy signal. The phone number holds the line open while waiting for a reply that never comes, and eventually, the request exhausts from the target as illustrated in. To initiate a denial service attack is simple to use, and over 55 DDoS tools are readily available at a variety hackers site. A tiny program is downloaded surreptitiously from the attacker's computer to dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of computers all over the world. The term botnet is used to describe a group of such computers which are controlled from one or more remote locations by hackers without knowledge or consent of their owners. The collective processing capacity of some botnets exceeds that of the world's most powerful supercomputers based on a command by the attacker or at a present time. The botnet computers called zombies go into action, each sending a simple request for access to the target site again and again, dozens of times per second. The target computers are so overwhelmed by requests for service that legitimate users are unable to get through to the target computer. Banks and other e-commerce websites are frequently targets of botnets. Both the Bank of America and Chase banks were hit with a DDoS attack in the fall of 2012. Botnets are also frequently used to distribute spam and malicious code, the gram. Botnet was the first detected in 2008 and operated until 2012 when it was brought down by cybercrime fighters. Gram infected several hundred thousand computers around the world. It generated prodigious amount of spam, advertising kit, and pharmaceutical products. At its peak, Gram is estimated to have been responsible for 35% of the world's spam. Rootkits. Rootkit is a set of programs that enables its users to gain administrator-level access to computers without the end user's consent or knowledge. Once installed, the attacker can gain full control of the systems and even obscure the presence of the rootkit from legitimate system administrators. Attackers can use the rootkit to execute files, access logs, monitor user activity, and change the computer's configuration. Rootkits are one part of a blended threat consisting of the dropper, loader, and rootkit. The dropper code gets the rootkit installation started and can be activated by clicking on a link to a malicious website in an email or opening an infected PDF file. The dropper launches the loader program and then deletes it itself. The loader loads the rootkit into memory, and at that point, the computer has been compromised. Rootkits are designed so cleverly that it's difficult even to discover if they're installed on a computer. The fundamental problem with trying to detect the rootkit is that the operating system currently running cannot be trusted provided valid test results. Here are some symptoms of rootkit infections. 1. Computer locks up or fails to respond input from the keyboard or mouse. The screensaver changes without any action on the part of the user. The taskbar disappears, and network activities function extremely slowly. When it is determined that a computer has been infected with the rootkit, this is a lethal to do but reformat the disk, reinstall the operating system and all applications, and reconfigure the user settings such as map drives. This can take hours and user may be left with a basic working machine, but all locally held data and settings may be lost. A recent rootkit labeled in 2012 rootkit virus is a nasty piece of malware that deletes information from a computer and makes it impossible to run some applications, such as Microsoft Word. The longer the rootkit is present, the more damages it causes. The virus asks users to install what appears to be legitimate update to their antivirus software or some other application. By the time the user sees the prompt to install the key software, it is too late. The computer has already been infected by the rootkit. Phishing. Phishing is the act of fraudulently using an email to try to get the recipient to reveal personal data. In a phishing scam, con artists send legitimate-looking emails urging the recipient to take action to avoid the negative consequence or to receive an award. The requested action may involve clicking on the link to a website or opening an email attachment. These emails, such as the one shown lead consumers to counterfeit websites designed to trick them into divulging personal data. Spear phishing. Spear phishing is a variation of phishing in which the phisher sends fraudulent emails to a certain organization employees. It is known as spear phishing because the attack is much more precise and narrow, like the tip of a spear. The phony emails are designed to look like they came from high-level executives within an organization. Employees are directed to a fake website when they ask to enter personal information such as name, social security number, and network passwords. Botnets have become the primary means for distributing phishing scams. Strategic Forecasting, commonly referred to as Stratfor, is an intelligence analysis firm whose clients include the U.S. Army and the Department of Defense, and military contractor Lockheed Martin. A hacker broke into the firm's networks and stole information of thousands of email accounts. The information was used to initiate spear phishing attacks on employees of the firm's clients. The emails, which were designed to look as if they came from Stratfor, directed the recipient to a website that looked like a Stratfor website and instructed them to enter private information. In addition, the emails were laced with malware and other harmful Smishing and vishing. Smishing is another variation of phishing that involves the use of short message service or SMS texting. In a smishing scam, people receive a legitimate looking text message on their phone telling them to call a specific phone number or to log into a website. This is often done under the guise that there is a problem with their bank account or credit card that requires immediate attention. However, the phone number or website is phony and is used to trick unsuspecting victims into providing personal information such as bank account number, personal identification number, or credit card. This information can be used to steal money from victims' bank's account, charge purchases on their credit cards, and open new accounts. In some cases, if victims log into a website, malicious software is downloaded onto their phones, providing criminals with access to information stored on the phones. The number of smishing scams increases around the holidays as people use their cell phones to make online purchases. Phishing is similar to smishing, except the victim receives a voicemail telling them to call a phone number or access a website. Here are two examples of smishing crimes. Account holders at a credit union were sent a text about an account problem and were told to call phone number provided in the text. If they did so, they were asked to provide personal information that allowed criminals to steal funds from their accounts within 10 minutes in the phone call. Bank customers received a text stating that it was necessary to reactivate their automated teller machine or ATM card. Those who called the number in the text were asked to provide their ATM card number, PIN, and expiration date. Thousands of victims had money stolen from their accounts. Financial institutions, credit cards companies, and other organizations whose customers may be targeted by criminals. In this manner, need to be on the alert of phishing, smishing, and vishing scams. They must be prepared to act quickly and decisively without alarming their customers if such a scam is detected. Recommended action steps for institution. Recommended action steps for institutions and organizations included by the following. Companies should educate their customers about the dangers of phishing, smishing, and vishing through letters, recorded messages for those calling into the company's call center, and articles on the company's website. Call center service employees should be trained to detect customers' complaints that indicate a scam is being perpetrated. They should attempt to capture the key pieces and information such as the callback number of the customers was directed to use, details of the phone message or text message, and the type of information requested. Customers should be notified immediately if a scam occurs. This can be done by a recorded message for customers phoning the call center, working with local media to place a news article in papers serving the area of attack, placing a banner of the institution's webpage, and even displaying posters in bank drive-through the lobby areas. If it is determined that the calls are originating from within the United States, companies should report the scam to the Federal Bureau of Investigation or FBI. Institutions can also try to notify the telecommunications carrier for the particular phone number that victims are requested to call. They request that they should shut down that number.
Classifying perpetrators of computer crime. Hackers and crackers. Hackers test the limitation of information system out of intellectual curiosity to see whether they can access and how far they can go. They have at least a basic understanding of information system and security features, and much of their motivation comes from a desire to learn even more. The term hackers has evolved over the years, leading to its negative connotation today rather than the positive one it used to have. While there is still vocal minority who believe that hackers perform a service by identifying security weakness. Most people now believe that a hacker does not have the right to explore public or private network. A major security concern for companies in the malicious insider, an ever-present and extremely dangerous adversary. Companies are exposed to a wide range of fraud risks, including diversion of company funds, depth of access, fraud connected with binding process, invoice and payment fraud, computer fraud, and credit card fraud. Not surprisingly, fraud that occurs within an organization is usually due to weakness in its internal control procedure. As a result, many frauds are discovered by teams and by outsiders via tips through con- control procedure. Often, frauds involve some form of collusion or cooperation between an employee and outsider. For example, an employee in account payable might engage collusion within a each time the supplier submit an invoice the account payable employee adds $1,000 to the amount approved for payment. The inflated payment is received by the supplier and the two split the extra money. There are several steps organization can take to reduce the potential for attack from insider, including the following: perform a thorough background check as well as psychological and drug testing of candidates for sensitive positions. Establish an expectation of regular ongoing psychological and drug testing as a normal routine for people in sensitive positions. Carefully limit the number of people who can perform sensitive operations and grant only the minimum rights and privileges necessary to perform said duties. Define jobs rules and procedures so it is not possible for the same person to both initiate and approve an action. Periodically rotate employees in sensitive positions so that any unusual procedure can be detected by the replacement. Immediately revoke all rights and privileges required to perform all job responsibilities when someone in a sensitive position moves to a new position. Implement an ongoing audit process to review key action and procedures. Cybercriminals. Information technology provides a new and highly profitable venue for cybercriminals who are attracted to the use of information technology for its ease, enriching millions of potential victims. Cybercriminals are motivated by the potential for monetary gain and hack into computer to steal, often by transferring money from one account to another, leaving a hopelessly complicated trail for law enforcement officers to follow. Cybercriminals also engage in all forms of computer fraud, stealing and reselling credit card number, personal identity, and cell phone IDs. Because the potential for monetary gain is high, they can afford to spend large sums of money to buy the technical expertise and access they need from unethical insider. Hack device and cyber terrorists. Activation for combination of the word of hacking and activism is hacking to achieve a political or social goal. A cyber terrorist launch computer-based attack against other computer or network in an attempt to intimidate, of course, an organization in order to advance certain political or social objectives. Cyber terrorists are more extreme in their goals than activists, although there is no clear demarcation line because of the internet. Cyber attack can easily originate from foreign countries, making detection and retaliation much more difficult. Cyber terrorists seek to cause harm rather than gather information, and they use techniques that destroy or disrupt services. They are extremely dangerous, consider themselves to be at war if boundary like acceptance of which and seek maximum impact. Federal laws for prosecuting computer attacks. Computer came into use in the 1915. Initially, there were no laws that pertain strictly to computer-related crimes. For example, if a group of criminals disturb a bank and stole money, at gunpoint they could be captured and charged with robbery, the crime of seizing property through violence or intimidation. However, by the mid-1970s, it was possible to access a bank computer remotely using a terminal, a keyboard and monitor, modem and telephone line. A knowledgeable person could then transfer money in the form of computer bytes from accounts in the bank to an account in another bank. This act did not fit the definition of robbery, and the traditional laws were no longer adequate to punish criminals who use computer modern.
Hello everyone, today I will present my reporting about federal laws addressing computer crime. Computer crime. Computer crime refers to criminal activities that are conducted using computers or computer network as tools, targets, or both. These crimes can involve various forms of illegal behavior, including but not limited to hacking, cyberstalking, identity theft, fraud, dissemination of malware, unauthorized access to computer systems, and denial of service attacks. Importance of federal law. Federal laws are essential for addressing computers related offenses by providing consistent standards nationwide, enabling jurisdictional reach across borders, empowering specialized agencies with expertise, imposing harsh penalties as deterrents, facilitating international cooperation, protecting critical infrastructure, and advancing cybersecurity standards. They play a vital role of preventing, investigating, and prosecuting cybercrimes effectively. Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, or CFAA, enacted in 1986, amended multiple times. The CFAA is a federal law originally enacted in 1986 to address computer crime related prohibits unauthorized access to computers networks of one primary purposes of the CFAA is to prohibit unauthorized access to computers and computer networks. Criminalize activities such as hacking, spreading malware, and obtaining unauthorized information. The CFAA criminals various activities related to unauthorized access and computer intrusion. This includes hacking into systems, spreading malicious software, malware, stealing or obtaining unauthorized information, and causing damage to computer systems. Electronic Communication Privacy Act, or ECPA, enacted in 1986, updated by the U.S. Patriot Act. The Electronic Communication Privacy Act, or ECPA, was originally enacted in 1986 and has since been updated, including revision made by the USA Patriot Act in 2001. Protect the privacy of electronic communication, including emails and digital data. One of the primary objectives of the ECPA is to safeguard the privacy of the electronic communications. Regulates government access to electronic communication and stored electronic data. The ECPA established guidelines and procedures for government agency to access electronic communication and stored electronic data. Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act, or CISA, enacted in 2015. The Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act, or CISA, is a federal law that was enacted in 2015. Promotes the sharing of the cybersecurity threat information between the government and private entities. CISA encourages and facilitates the sharing of the cybersecurity threat information between government agencies such as Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, and the private entities such as business, organization, and critical infrastructures providers aim at improving cybersecurity defense and response capabilities. The primary goal of CISA is to improve cybersecurity defense and response capabilities by for fostering collaboration, information sharing, and coordinate action among stakeholders. Digital Millennium Copyright Act or DMCA, enacted in 1998, amended several times. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act DMCA is a federal law enacted in 1998 that has undergone multiple amendments since its inception. Protect copyrighted materials in the digital realm. One of the primary purposes of the DMCA is to protect copyright materials, including text, image, videos, software in the digital environment. Criminalize curriculum of the digital rights management and the trafficking in the curriculum tools. The DMCA includes provision that criminalize of the prevention of the technological measures, such as digital rights management, used by copyright owners to control access to their works. Conclusion: federal laws are indispensable in the fight against computer crime, providing a legal framework to address various cyber threats. Continuous updates and amendments to this law are vital to keep pace with constantly evolving landscape of cyber threats and technologies. Moreover, effective enforcement of this law requires collaboration and cooperation among law enforcement agencies, the private sector, and the individuals. By working together, sharing information, and implementing best practices, we can enhance cybersecurity measures and mitigate the risk posed by cyber criminals. That's all. Thank you.
Top-rated firewall software for personal computers. Personal computer security refers to the protection of an individual's computer system from unauthorized access, malicious attacks, and data breaches. Personal computers offers store sensitive information such as personal documents, financial records, and login credentials, making them targets for cyber threats. Ensuring robust security measures is essential to safeguard personal data and maintain privacy. Firewall software is a security program or application that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. It acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external networks, such as the internet, to prevent unauthorized access, hacking attempts, malware infections, and other cyber threats. Types of firewall software. Software-based firewall installed directly on a computer system, often included as a part of the operating system or installed separately. Hardware-based firewall. Physical devices placed between a computer or network and the internet to filter traffic. Top-rated firewall software. Zone Alarm. Zone Alarm offers advanced firewall protection, intrusion detection, and real-time threat intelligence to block unauthorized access and malicious activities. Example of Zone Alarm Firewall Pro provides two-way firewall protection, identity theft protection, and online backup services. Commodore Firewall Features and capabilities. Commodore Firewall offers a comprehensive suite of security features, including firewall protection, intrusion prevention, and sandboxing technology. Komodo Firewall includes a built-in defense plus features that automatically sandbox unknown files to prevent potential threats. Norton Firewall Norton Firewall provides intelligent firewall protection, intrusion prevention, and network security monitoring to defend against cyber threats. Norton Firewall automatically blocks suspicious network traffic and alerts users to potential security risks in real time.